Today I'm going to give you a tour of Team Privacy, our updated module for ActiveCollab, and we've made some new changes in this version that are really exciting, so I want to show those to you. If we go get started, we'll go into ActiveCollab and we'll click on the admin area. And then you're going to see a new option in here called Team Privacy under Other, so we'll click on Team Privacy. And here's the new Team Privacy admin screen. You've got some options here that are very easy to use. You've got the quick settings, which allow you to quickly just change it to hide everything. You can also customize each individual system role below. So you've got the administrator role, the client company manager, the client company member, or any custom roles you might have in your company. So also you have the redirection and privacy message. I'll show you more about this later. So let's just take a look at what you can do with Team Privacy. So if I switch this to hide everything, I haven't saved it yet, so I'm going to show you what it looks like first in Firefox. I'm logged in as a different user that's a client manager, and I'm looking at a developer. His name is John Smith from the company ABC Developers. So as you can see here, I can see the avatar for John. I can see his company name. I can see his email address, last time he logged in, and even the local time where he's located. Now these things are all standard information that you'd love to see about your team, but you may not want all these details visible to a client or another developer or another person in your company, or even another vendor potentially. So what will we want to do here? Maybe we might want to hide the company name, or we might want to make this developer John Smith appear to be in a department of our company. Let's say dev team or something like this. You might also want to hide the email address so people can't email directly to John, and they can't see what his local time zone is, because then this might indicate something that you don't want to be immediately obvious, that John Smith is in another country, another state, these types of things. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great. It's great information. Working virtually is one of the benefits of ActiveCollab, but at the same time, you get to decide how much of that information is exposed to your client, to your team, to your other companies involved. So let's go back to the Team Privacy screen. We're going to change this to hide everything, and we're going to hit save. And then the initial settings on Team Privacy, when you say hide everything, it basically jumps everything up to the most private, most secure version. So you're going to see when we go back to try to access John Smith's profile, I'm going to refresh here. It says I don't have permission to view the requested page. So that page for John Smith would be just like this link here for Nathan S., or client company manager. So when you click on that, basically what happens is I'm the client company manager. I can see my own profile, but I can't see other people's profiles. It takes me to sorry, you don't have permission to view that requested page. You can customize that message to whatever you want it to be, and it just gives you some flexibility as to how you want to communicate to your clients. They can't get to that particular location. But let's say we're okay with John, people viewing John Smith's profile. We just don't want him to see certain information there. So I'm going to go, and I'm logged in as a client company manager over there. So I'm going to click on client company manager, and I'm going to make some changes here. So, hey, I'm going to say under the feature privacy area, it's okay if the client company managers view company profiles, and it's okay if they view people's profiles. But I don't want them to see the people tab in the top navigation, but maybe I want them to see the people tab in projects. So there's a few of the options we can do. So right now I'm just going to save that. I'll explain some of these other options later. So I'm going to say save, and I'm going to go back to Firefox, and I'm going to go back to John Smith's page. So we're going to see here ABC Developers. And I'm going to click on John Smith, and now all I can see about John is his name and the last time he visited. And I can't even see his avatar anymore, if you notice that. What if you wanted to show John, show this client company manager John's avatar? Well, if you wanted to, you could just enable that. If you wanted to show the company name, right now we're showing a new thing called alias. So I'll just go back there real quick and show you. See, John's company has been turned into an alias called Dev Team. So I can't see John's real company name. I see the Dev Team, or the alias name that I've given it. This is really helpful if you want to create let's say, divisions of your company that these other teams are doing. So, for instance, you have a development team that's an outsourced company. You can name it dev team, and it can appear more like an internal company team inside your company. So let's go back and we'll look again at what else we can do here. So I've turned on the avatar. I'm going to turn on the company name because in this case, I don't mind if the client company manager can see that. So I'll save this and I'll go back and look at John Smith's profile here. So we'll reload again. And you see now the company name is back to ABC Developers and I can see John's avatar. Now an important thing that we've added here to various features in the client company the system roles, is that you can now turn on and off features based on the user's role. So for instance, if you don't want the person to be able to update their own profile, this could be really crucial. For instance, some people like to change their avatar, but it might be inappropriate in the business setting, the type of avatar they've chosen. So you can, once they've set their original avatar or once you've set their avatar, you could lock it off so that they can't update their own profile. You can also make it so that they can't update the profiles of other users in their company. If they happen to be the client company manager and have that permission normally, we'll just hide those features so that they can't get to them and that they can't go ahead and do those updates. It's an important feature if you'd like to keep these things private because, for instance, John Smith's name is here. If John Smith's name is showing and we give him permission to update his profile, he could name himself whatever he wants. He could change his name to his company name. He could make it some funny name or whatever. This is something we don't have control over. So this team privacy brings a bit more control back to the team profiles for you. And these features I think you'll find really helpful to just give you that peace of mind that avatars aren't changing, names and information and company names aren't changing on you. So once you've got this set up for the client company manager, you basically just go through and do the same thing for each other role, decide what you'd like to hide and show to that particular user, and again you can decide on which level. The one exception is the People tab in the top navigation. You'll see here that the People tab is there. When I hide that, I'm hiding it from other users. It disappears altogether. There is a project People tab as well. So just to be clear, when you click on the People tab here, you're seeing a different People tab. This can be controlled as well using the team privacy features. So if we go in here and what we're looking at is, and let's go back to the client company manager so we're editing the right person. So we want to go into the client company manager role, and here you're going to see the People tab in projects. Anything we hide, so if we hide the company name and we save this and we go back, you're going to see that this People tab also works the same way. So actually I made a mistake there. Let me go back. I didn't want to hide the company profiles, and this is a good point that I brought this up by accident. If you when you first hide the company role, it will automatically toggle these two off because, and there's some more description here, we need to make sure there's an alias name in place, otherwise there's no real way to hide the company name. We need to replace the company name with something different than that. So that is something that shows up in the people profile. So we'll just go in there real quick, actually going through the menu view, and I'll show you how that works. So this is the ABC developer company. If you go into change details, you can see here there's an alias name option that you can enter in. Once you enter that in, when you hide the company name, this is what shows up. So it's for your protection. We've basically hidden that the company profiles and people profiles initially just to make sure that you don't accidentally show that information when you wanted to hide it. So I hope that shows you more about team privacy, and if you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks.